The Israeli and Palestinian conflict is one of the most violent and prolonged rivalries in history. I chose it as a basis for my research question because I was doing my own research on the issue way before I even knew about the research project. For those of you who don't know, this is a map of Israel. The purple area which is highlighted is the Israeli territory, and the yellow area is the villages that the Palestinians live in, which are currently intoxicated with Israeli military forces. In the post-World War II era, the UN decided to send all the Jewish settlers in other European countries back to Israel. However, they did this without the consent or approval of the Palestinians who were already living there. As the years progressed, you can see on this map how quickly the Israeli settlers started to take over the Palestinian land. When the Palestinians started an uprising, countries like America backed up Israel in the UN. Even after breaking numerous UN resolutions, Israel continued to take bits and pieces of land away from the Palestinians. And when the UN tried to send aid to the diseased villages of the West Bank and the Gaza Strip, Israeli forces blocked off all access to the villages. But how exactly did Israel gain so much power and military force so quickly? The answer lies in our backyard. Yes, it is our tax dollars, our own government that has been funding Israel with an average of $3 billion a year in foreign aid. But does the media ever mention that? Of course not. Why would they want us to know that our tax dollars are going to the brutal slaughter and eviction of thousands of Palestinians? When kids are throwing rocks at tanks as a serious form of self-defense, something has obviously gone terribly wrong. What's even worse is that the American and European media try to play it off like the Palestinians are the terrorists and that the Israelis are the ones being oppressed. I, for one, find it disgusting when I see headlines such as these, where a bulldozer driver whose intentions were to knock down a Palestinian family's household was shot, and it was the Palestinians who were made the bad guys. Where is the justification in that? Finally, a 23-year-old American activist, Rachel Corrie, acknowledges the oppression in the Gaza Strip, but when she goes there to protest for peace, she is exposed to the cruelty of the Israeli army. On March 16, 2003, Corrie stood in front of a bulldozer that was attempting to demolish a Palestinian family's home and was run over because she refused to move. Where is the vindication in that? If you watch the news, I'm sure you've seen this mosque in this picture before. It is a picture of the Al-Aqsa Mosque in Jerusalem. Or is it? No, this is the real Al-Aqsa Mosque. The other gold mosque in the previous picture is actually the Al-Saqra Mosque. So why does all the news stations and newspapers and magazines in America like to label the wrong mosque with the wrong name? Many people like to link this deception with the claim that the Israelis are trying to take down the Al-Aqsa Mosque and rebuild the Temple of Solomon so that their Messiah can be resurrected and the prophecy fulfilled. I'm not saying that I believe in that, but I do believe that there is something the media is not telling us, and in order to keep us distracted, they show us a different mosque. One of the most famous quotes of rapper Tupac Amaru Shakur was the one on his gravestone. For those of you who can't read it, it says, "I'm not saying I'm gonna change the world, but I guarantee that I will spark the brain that will change the world." Our upcoming generation is currently so distracted with pointless reality shows and so preoccupied with their appearance that they neglect what really matters. I feel that it's ignorant to say that the Israeli and Palestinian conflict is one fight that people should just let them fight out, especially when one side has such a large advantage over the other. As my presentation comes to an end, I would like to leave you all with one last quote. One voice can make a difference, but a million can change the world. Will you be that voice? Thank you for listening.